Okay, brilliant. Hello, everybody. Hope you're all well. I'm Leslie. I'm going to talk to you. I'm also the Essential Mum. I'm going to talk to you this evening about um, our amazing doTERRA essential oils and how you can use them for health and around the home. All right, so we'll just go straight into it then. So, what is an essential oil? Okay, so essential oils are basically the lifeblood of the plant. It's what keeps the plant alive. It's what helps it to thrive in its natural environment and keep it safe from environmental threats and insects and different things like that. So it is the smell of the plant. So what you'll get in the bottle is what you would smell if you were to breathe in the plant. And these aromatic compounds can be found in the roots, leaves, flowers, seeds, and the rind of the plant. So essential oils, to get the oil out of the plant, there's a couple of different ways that you can do that. So first way is to steam distill it, where the steam goes through a big vat, goes through all of the plant, and then the oil is then siphoned off the top of the water. Or the cold press extracted, so they're pressed really, really hard so that all of the juices come out, and again the oil is extracted. And essential oils are 50 to 70 times more powerful than dried herbs. So you've probably seen our live videos where we've used oregano in the oil in foods and things like that, and that gives us that health benefits then of the plant in a much more potent way. They are really, really powerful, and they are very, very safe with no negative side effects. So just very quickly then, just to let you know where the oils are sourced. So as you can see on this map here, there's lots and lots of different oils all over the world that are used. There are different plants that are used for the oils. So what doTERRA do is they're really, really enthusiastic about sourcing the oils from the area of the world where the plant would naturally be found. So what will happen then is that you're going to find that the plant is grown in its optimum environment where it would naturally be grown. So you're not going to get any plants which are grown in greenhouses or in factories or warehouses, anything like that. So just a couple of examples, and we have lavender, which I'm going to talk to you about in a little while. So this is our doTERRA lavender oil, and these plants are sourced in Bulgaria, and that's because the soil is prime for lavender to naturally grow there, and it's where it would naturally be found and would naturally thrive. The climate is perfect for it, so like the right wind speed and all that kind of thing, so that the seeds are spread across the fields, and the right minerals and vitamins in the soil for it to grow. And then we have lemon, which is lovely. Here's our lemon oil, and these are grown in Sicily, so that's where there's plenty of sunshine for those trees to thrive, and again the right water, the right amount of rain, the right soil, everything. So as you can see, all of the arrows they're pointing across to the different areas of the world where you would naturally find those oils and those plants. So with doTERRA, they are very, very strict on the oils that are released from the company. So what happens with essential oils is there's no standardization across the industry. So any manufacturer of essential oils can say that they're 100% natural and 100% pure, and there's nothing out there to stop them from saying that, which is unfortunate. So you could go into your local health food shop and see an essential oil on the shelf, and it may say 100% natural. But because there's no kind of governing body to stop them from saying that, what you'll find is around about 92% of that actual oil will be a filler. So it could have some petroleum in it, for instance, which is terrible to put on your skin. You definitely don't want to be ingesting it, which is why a lot of essential oils you can't actually take internally. And they may just be bulked out with water just so that it makes it look like there's more. You might get the tiniest amount of actual essential oil in there, but then the rest of it will be filled up with all kinds of other stuff that you don't want to be taking or putting onto your body. So what doTERRA have done is they've created their own certification, which is CPTG, and that stands for Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade. So what happens with every single oil is before it's allowed to be released from doTERRA, it goes through a testing system. And on the bottom of each bottle, you'll be able to see a code there. You go onto their website, probably can't see it, it's a bit too small. You go onto the website and you can see where the oil is being sourced, who the farmer was, where it was bottled, the whole process of what that oil has gone through. So I know you, Samantha, I know you've ordered some clove. So when that arrives, if it's not already arrived, you'll be able to see on the bottom of the bottle and see where it's actually come from, which is fantastic. So you know exactly where your oil has come from. So what doTERRA want to make sure is happening with their oils is that they're 100% pure, safe and potent. So there are no artificial ingredients or fragrances or fillers in the oils. So when you open a bottle of peppermint, for example, or your clove, Samantha, you'll smell it and it is literally just peppermint or clove or lemon or whatever it is that you've got. Okay, they are safe, so there's no pesticides in there and there's no chemical residues, for example, the petroleum that I mentioned earlier on. And they have standardized active compounds, so which makes them extremely potent. Okay, so as I was saying before, doTERRA source their plants from all over the world in the different areas of the world where that plant would naturally thrive. And they are really enthusiastic and encouraging of everybody helping each other out. So they have two foundations that they've set up. So they have Co-Impact Sourcing and they have Healing Hands. So with Co-Impact Sourcing, what that means is the farmers who harvest the plants and harvest the oils are paid a fair wage every single year for what they produce. So that then allows them to really be able to build their business and to be able to build their local community, to be able to support their own families and the local community, rather than there being a middleman put in place where then the farmers wouldn't actually get what the value of their crop is. So doTERRA have cut all of that out, cut the middleman out, and go directly to the farmers to source their oils and then pay the farmers their wage that they deserve to have. So that's the Co-Impact sourcing side of the business of doTERRA. And then there's the Healing Hands, which you can see all these amazing photos here of the different things that doTERRA do around the world. So as you can see, we've got some school children there who are able now to go on to school, who wouldn't have been able to have an education before because there was no facilities for the children to be taught at, and there were no teachers and no education system in place. So what doTERRA do is they go around the world and they provide funds and they provide opportunities for everybody to be able to go and have an education. The main thing that doTERRA have done is to allow girls to have an education, which I find is really, really important, and it's something which is very close to my heart, having daughters myself. And so what would normally happen would be that the boys would be educated and they'd be allowed to go to school, and the girls would be made to stay at home and do all of the housework and all of that kind of thing. So now doTERRA have come in and said, we will only build schools in your area if you allow 50% of the population to be girls and 50% to be boys. So they've gone to the chiefs of the local villages and made that arrangement and agreement with them, and that's all been put into place. So now lots and lots of girls all around the world are getting an education, which is amazing because they can go on and further their lives and really be able to thrive and do what they want to do. So by being part of doTERRA and using the oils, we're all directly impacting these amazing people to be able to have a better future for their lives and their family. Okay, so just now how you can use the oils. So we have aromatically, we have topically, and we have internally. So aromatically, we have a diffuser, which you pop cold water inside and then drops of whichever oil it is that you want. You can switch it on with the switches here, and it's got a little light as well. So there's a 1 hour, 2 hour and 4 hour setting. That allows then the room to really be filled with the aroma to help change the emotion of the room or to help purify the air. Then what you can also do is you can pop a drop into your hand, rub it together, cup your hands, place them over your mouth and over your nose, close your eyes and breathe in really deeply. And that is an amazing way of getting the oils into your system. Then you can apply them topically. So again, today I'll put some balance on. So I'll just show you what I do. So lid off, pop a drop into my hand, and then just rub it onto the back of my neck. And then I rub it onto my pulse points as well. So that's a really nice way of being able to use the oils topically, or you can pop them onto the soles of your feet as well, which is another really lovely way of getting the oils into your system. And then you can consume them internally. So I pop oil into the water that I drink. We'll have it in the food. I'll talk about oregano in a little second and what we do with that. You can put them into capsules. I don't know where my capsules have gone. They've gone missing somewhere. And you can take them internally that way. And that's a really great way of being able to get them into your system. So just a couple of safety points. So although they are very safe and very gentle without any side effects, you do need to keep them out of your eyes, out of the ear. So you can use them around the outside of your ear and in front of your ear and underneath the earlobe, but just don't get it into your ear canal. And don't get it up your nose either. So again, you can use it over the top of the bridge of your nose or underneath on your top lip or on your philtrum, but just don't get it on the inside of your nose because it is extremely sensitive along with your eyes and your ears. If you do get it in somewhere and it gives you a real sensitivity, then dilute it with vegetable oil. So we recommend the fractionated coconut oil, which is a liquid form. There's no smell to it and it's very pure as well. So if you get it on your eye, just rub it over your eyelid. Get it into your ear, just rub your ear, and on your nose, just rub your nostril, and it'll draw the oil out. But don't use water because that will heighten the sensation of the sensitivity that you're feeling. If you do have sensitive skin, then again, I would recommend using the coconut oil just until you get used to using the oils and that your system is not overwhelmed with them. But do always make sure that you follow the labels on the directions that you're given, and we're always here to help you if you're unsure of what to do. So here's a few of the health benefits that we've been able to help people with so far. So I think anxiety is probably one of the biggest ones. Again, balance is brilliant for anxiety if you suffer with that, but lavender as well, which I'm going to talk to you about in a second. Fibromyalgia has been a really big one that we've been able to help people with. Obviously, Samantha's had toothache, so we recommended the clove and some melaleuca to her. And snoring as well, Karen there with the snoring. So that's been brilliant for her, and she's been able to really get that under control and give Dave a good night's sleep. All right, so as you can see, there's lots and lots of different elements that we're able to use the oils for. And if you have any questions about anything that you suffer from, then you can just send me a message and we can go through any help that you need. All right, so first off, I'm just going to talk to you about the Lifelong Vitality Pack. Now, this is a supplement that doTERRA have, which includes oils within that. Let me see if I can open the bottle without ripping it. So we have the Cellular Vitality Complex, which is to help you with cellular energy and to help you repair any damaged cells. Then we have the Essential Oils Omega Complex, which is all your fatty acids that you would normally get in fish. Okay. And then we have Food Nutrient Complex, which is all your vitamins and minerals. So just to go through a couple of stories here. So we've got Julie here who was crippled with arthritis. She had that for 5 years and was completely immobile with it and really, really struggled on a day-to-day basis. Then after taking the LLV for 5 months, she's now been able to come off the painkillers and is actually able to be more mobile and have a bit more of a normal life. So we found that Craig and I have been using the Lifelong Vitality now for quite a few months. and we found that our body doesn't feel as achy. Now we're both getting a bit older, and we've got a lot more energy. Like, I really suffer with my hips after dancing for however many years it was, and I've noticed, well, I didn't notice it actually, it was only until I thought about it and I realised actually I'm not in pain anymore. And I don't know how long I'd not been in pain for, because I've been in pain for years and years and years and years. And then all of a sudden I just thought, oh, I haven't felt my hip for I don't know how long. Like, it used to be really painful to get out of bed, but and then I just realised actually my hip's not paining me anymore. It was really strange how I come to realise that it wasn't sore anymore. And then we've got Tonya, who suffered with fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue, which is a side effect for fibromyalgia, and diabetes as well. And we actually met Sonia at a meeting that we went to a few months ago, and it was amazing to speak to her. She was such an inspiration to both of us. So she was on 13 different medications, and she was on disability allowance as well. And then she took the LLV, and her body detoxed for the first few weeks, and you can have a few aches and pains and feel a bit down and under the weather a little bit when you first start taking it. But once that detox phase comes out of your system, then your energy levels really go through the roof, and it's quite amazing. So now she's actually able to walk, which she wasn't able to do before. She's off and about and doing her own little merry thing now, and being able to run her business, which is amazing. And that's all through taking the LLV. So it is amazing how it works with your system. So first one then is the food nutrient complex. So that's this one. So this has got all of the vitamins and minerals that we would recommend that you need to take on a daily basis. So what you do is you take 2 tablets in the morning and 2 tablets in the afternoon, and that helps you then to be able to get everything into your system that you need. So what these foods are made of, supplements are made of, is actual real food. So it's easy for your body to be able to absorb, unlike a lot of other supplements that are available. I've taken supplements for a long time and never really felt any kind of benefit from it, but these ones really make a massive difference to my life. So as you can see there, you've got the broccoli, and then the nutrients are removed from it, and the yeast, the nutrients are extracted from it with the yeast, and then it's turned into a protein. So then that's able then to build and repair your body and to give you that energy that you need. Then we have the, where are we? Oh, that's this one. So this one's the, I beg your pardon, that was the wrong way around. So this is the essential fatty acids. So this has got your omega-3 in there, which you would normally get in fish. So in order to get your omega-3 supplement, you would normally have to eat 1 portion of regular fish and 1 portion of oily fish a week. Now, obviously, that's really difficult for us to do these days, and it's really hard to be able to actually get the nutrients from the fish that we need. So this is a great way of being able to get those nutrients into your system. And then we have the where are we? So inside of this one, it's got clove, frankincense, thyme, cumin, orange, peppermint, ginger, caraway, and German chamomile. So you're getting a lot of nutrients within that one supplement. And then next we have the cellular vitality. So this gives you that cell energy that you need to help you repair your cells from the inside out. So if you've got a virus or anything like that, this is great for being able to get rid of that virus out of your system, because it does repair your cell from the inside out, where a virus would normally sit. Okay, so that's the LLV, and I would highly recommend that you take the LLV on a daily basis. It is absolutely amazing. So what we're going to talk to you about tonight in a little bit more detail is the Home Essentials Kit. So this is 10 core oils that we use around the house and we use with our family on a daily basis. So there's we have a book, and I've lost the book as well. So the book's over there somewhere. So on my phone, I've got the Modern Essentials app, and then we also have the Essential Life book, which is amazing reference points to be able to go to if you're unsure on what oils to use. and it gives you a really good balance on being able to find out what it is that you need to use for your body. So they're great books and great apps to be able to use. Okay, so on to the first oil. So the first one that we have is lavender. This is one of my absolute favourites because this is the one that allows me to get good night's sleep. So this is for all things calming. So I know this is one that Karen puts in a diffuser overnight, and we use it every single night with the baby. We've got a 10-month-old. She's nearly 11 months now. Scary how fast the time goes. So what we do with this is we pop it onto the soles of her feet before bedtime. We roll it on the back of her neck and we put it over her forehead as well. And as soon as she smells that oil, she knows it's bedtime and she starts calming down straight away. And she has a really restful sleep. We pop some oil in the diffuser along with the Breathe, which I'll talk about in a second. And we leave that diffusing in the room about 30 minutes before she goes to bed. And then we leave it on during the night for her, and she sleeps about 13 hours of a night. It's absolutely amazing. We don't hear her. I'm up and out of the morning before she's even awake, so that's amazing. But there's lots and lots of different things that you can do with the lavender. It's got such a huge, wide chemical compound that it covers lots and lots of different things. So you can pop it onto irritated skin if you suffer with psoriasis or eczema, or if you do suffer with acne, you can pop it onto spots as well, and it'll help to get rid of them. But you can also use it if you've been bitten by any bugs. I used it on holiday when we were away on mosquito bites, and it really helped to calm them down. Okay, so the next one then is lemon. So here's our gorgeous lemon. So I use this mostly around the house to clean with. Here's my spray bottle that I use, and I use that on the toilet, I use it on all the sinks, all the work surfaces, on the oven, believe it or not. And it's amazing for lifting grease. So if you are cooking with anything in the kitchen, then you can spray it on your work surfaces, and it really helps to lift the grease. And it's an antioxidant as well, so it really helps to purify your work surfaces. And I also pop it into water as well. It's really nice and it's lovely in tea. So next is peppermint. So peppermint is cool and invigorating. So we use this if we've got a bit of a fever or a temperature. We pop it on the back of our neck. We use it on the children if they're too hot or if they're a bit naggy or anything like that. It really helps to calm them down. It's lovely with wild orange, which I've got somewhere. So here's my wild orange. So those two together are amazing. It's a real mood lifter. So if you're feeling a little bit, having a bit of a mid-afternoon lull, this is really good. It's also good to pop up on the roof of your mouth if you suffer from heartburn and indigestion. It's a really lovely way, rather than taking like Rennies or anything like that. It's a good way of being able to get rid of that. But also if you pop it onto your forehead with the lavender, it will help to take any headaches away also. So just a quick explanation on how the essential oils works with the cell. So I mentioned before about the virus being on the inside of the cell. So what you'll find is the cell wall is actually oil based. So if you put water with oil, as you know, it will just bounce off each other and will repel. So most conventional medications are actually water based, so it won't be able to penetrate that cell wall. So what you find is that if you've got a viral infection or anything like that, your doctor won't give you anything for it because there's nothing that can help, because it can't penetrate that cell wall. So it's okay if you've got a bacterial infection, because they'll prescribe you antibiotics and that'll be able to get rid of it. But if you've got a viral infection, you've got to go home, wait it out and hope that it passes within a few days. But the amazing thing with essential oils is because it is oil based, it's able to penetrate that cell and then be able to attack that virus and help to get rid of that virus out of your system. So we've had lots and lots of experiences where somebody's been poorly, having been on antibiotics for a few months and not being able to get rid of anything, and then after using the oils for a couple of days, those viruses have been lifted from the system and really been able to help to make them better. So that's the big difference between essential oils and medication. I'm not saying that you shouldn't take medication. I'm not saying that the NHS isn't useful, because it's amazing, but there are alternatives out there. And while you're waiting for those antibiotics to kick in for those 3 days that you're waiting for them, why not use essential oils to help you along your way? Okay, so the next then is On Guard, and this is one of the blends of essential oils that doTERRA have put together. And this is an immune system boost. So it is a natural defense oil, so there's lots of different oils in here that you would naturally use for boosting your immune system. For example, clove is in here. So I use it in the water bottle here with the lemon to clean the house. So it's a great way of being able to get rid of any germs off the work surfaces. And then we pop it on the soles of the kids' feet as well to stop them getting colds and flu. And kids have not been sick this year at all. But the children were off for quite a while before Christmas and stuff like that. But our kids were, unfortunately for them, 100% attendance so far this year. So they've not been very happy about that, but at least they've not been sick. It's also great for as a mouthwash. So it's nice again with the lemon to gargle and use as a protective mouthwash. So yeah, it's great. It's an amazing oil. We diffuse it in the house and helps to get rid of any cold and flu bugs that are lurking around. So the next one then is Melaleuca. This you may know this better as tea tree, and this is first aid for the skin. So I use this mostly for my hair because I do suffer with a really dry, flaky scalp. And if I don't use it, I do notice a massive difference. It also makes my hair really, really clean as well. But we've also used it on teenage spots as well. So our teenage boy is 15, we just rubs it onto his skin with some coconut oil, and that really helps to clear up his acne. And then we've used it on scrapes and bruises and all kinds, instead of using the likes of Germolene or Savlon. So this is our replacement for that, which is really good because obviously this is 100% natural. Okay, so next one then is oregano, and again this is an immune system support. So if you've got any kinds of bacterial infection, viral infection, this is amazing for it. A few months ago I started coming down with something, and I was just a bit run down, really been doing a bit too much, and I could feel my lungs really starting to get quite painful. So what we did was we popped a drop of this on each of my lungs on my back, and let it sort of soak into my system. And the next day I woke up as if nothing was wrong. I went to bed quite early, and the next day I got up, absolutely no problems, but I did literally think I was going to be in bed for a week. I felt that sick. So oregano is amazing for a natural defense. So it's an anti-inflammatory, anti-parasitic, antibiotic, anti-everything. If you put anti in front of it, oregano is the one for it. We put it into our food, so we'll put it in tomato bases for sort of spaghetti bolognese or tomato soup or pizza based sauce or anything like that. It's a really gorgeous oil to pop into food. You only need a tiny little bit of it because it's very, very fiery. So just be careful when you're putting it in your food. You don't want to put too much in because it may ruin the taste of the food. Then the next one we've got is Deep Blue. So this is another blend of oils, and this is a muscle and joint support oil. And this will really help you if you suffer with any joint pain, or if you've got a pulled muscle. It's great to put on before and after exercise because that will stop that aching that you may feel. Just get rid of these. So that'll stop that aching feeling that you've got. And then I've used it as part of a deep tissue massage on my back when I was really getting lots and lots of knots in my back. That was a lovely massage as well, and that really helped to penetrate into the muscles and to help get rid of those knots off my back. So the next one, if it wants to go over, here. Okay, so the Deep Blue also comes in a rub form, so you can have it in the oil like this, or you can have it in a rub form which comes with aloe vera. You only need a tiny amount of that, and again, that's really great if you're suffering with any aches and pains. So I use it on my hip if my hip does flare up ever, and sometimes on my lower back as well. And actually the Deep Blue is really good for migraines, so pop it onto your forehead and that will help to get rid of any migraines that you suffer from as well. Right, so next one is Breathe, and this is another one of doTERRA's blends. So this is a respiratory support, so it's a good one if you suffer from any kind of chest problems like COPD, asthma, any kind of lung disease. It's a really great one to just rub onto your chest or rub onto your back. You can pop a drop into your hand and inhale it, or you can use it in the diffuser as well. So we've used it, and I've popped it in the bath because it's gorgeous in the bath. When you close the bathroom door and you leave the room to steam up, it's like going into a steam room when you open the door. We pop it in the diffuser overnight with the lavender for the baby, and that really helps to open up her airways. She does get an amazing night's sleep from that. And then a few months ago, my son was coming down with a little bit of a cold, although you'd have thought he was dying the way he was reacting. And we popped it in the diffuser for him. And the next day he woke up and he was absolutely fine. Popped some on his chest and on his back and on the soles of his feet as well. And that cleared his cold up pretty much overnight, which was amazing. Then we have Zengest, which is another blend, and this is for digestive support. So if you have IBS or any kind of bowel problems, constipation, diarrhea, trapped wind, anything like that, Zengest is the one that you need to be getting. What you do is pop a couple of drops in your hand and rub it onto the area where you're feeling the discomfort. You can pop it onto the bottom of children's feet if they suffer with constipation. We have a lot of people come to us whose children suffer with constipation. And again, you can use the coconut oil and the essential oil and pop it onto the soles of children's feet, and that really helps to ease any discomfort. Also, if you have any children who suffer with travel sickness, pop it onto their tummy, and that will help to keep that travel sickness at bay as well. Okay, so last but by no means least is frankincense, and this oil is just unbelievable. We just use it so much on a daily basis. I use it for my skin, I use it around my eyes to keep those wrinkles away. I use it as part of my beauty regime now, I suppose you'd like to say, to get rid of any spots, and helps to keep my skin nice and clear. You can pop it on the soles of your feet again to help with any immune problems that you may have. But any oil that you combine this with, it will heighten the potency of that oil by 10. So if you're really suffering with something, I would recommend using frankincense alongside whichever oil it is that will be recommended for you. So it's such a wide, complex chemistry, like the lavender, that it covers almost everything. So if you are ever in doubt about what oil to use, then frankincense will be the one for you to reach for. So just to go back to why doTERRA. So as it says there, not all oils are created equal. Okay, sourcing really does matter. So where the oil comes from in the world makes a huge difference where the plants are grown. The quality of it matters as well. So you don't want any kind of pesticides, chemical residues, or even water in the oil, because that will really hamper the quality of the oil. The testing matters. You know, the CPTG, it goes through a very rigorous testing process before it's allowed to be released from doTERRA. So you know that what you're getting is pure, it's safe, and it's potent. So integrity matters. You know, the healing hands, that's a huge thing that we are part of, and the co-impact sourcing, and the support matters. You know, we really feel massively that we really should be there for everybody who buys the oils from us, any of our team members. and that really does make a massive difference to us. And you guys matter as well, so you should be using quality on your body and making sure that you give yourself the best of what you can possibly get. So that's why we recommend doTERRA. So all of the oils then can be purchased individually. You can get them on a full price, which is retail, and that's fine if you're just going to buy the odd one of the oils here and there throughout the year. But if you're thinking of being able to purchase the oils, to use them on a more regular basis, we would recommend that you get yourself a wholesale membership, which is £24, and that then allows you 25% off all of the oils for the year. So you're getting quite a big saving there. So you can ask us for a price list if you want to just drop us a message, or you can go directly onto our shop, which is what Samantha did actually. You went to the online shop, didn't you, Sam, and purchased your clothes from there through our blog, I think it was actually, wasn't it? So, there's lots of different ways of being able to get them. But if you just wanted to message us directly, then obviously we'll be able to sort the oils out for you that way as well. So there's a few different kits that we would recommend that you get. So first off is the Family Essentials kit, which are all of the oils we've just gone through tonight, and a bottle of Slim and Sassy, which is somebody over there again, and that comes in a 15ml bottle. So in the Family Essentials kit, they're 5ml bottles, and you're going to get about 80 drops of them. And that's for, you get a year's enrolment as well, so you're 25% off. And that's £115.20. And that's delivered directly to you. Then we have the Home Essentials kit, which is everything we've gone through tonight, and your diffuser in 15ml bottles, and your enrolment as well, and that's £226.80. And again, that gets delivered directly to yourself. And that's an amazing value for money, because you're getting 3 times the amount of oils plus a diffuser for twice the price of the other kit. So that's the one that we would recommend. And then you also have the Family Wellness Kit, which has a whole range of the On Guard, so the immune system boost oils. Then you have the Lifelong Vitality, which is what we went through earlier. Then you have the 10 core oils, a coconut oil, and like all of the beadlets and everything for the On Guard. So it's an amazing, and past tense as well. It's an amazing kit. So that's for £202.80, including delivery as well. So I'm not going to talk about the business this evening because I'm running out of time a little bit, but if you wanted to know a little bit more about the business, then we'll talk to you about the products and everything, and how you can earn some money with doTERRA, and what the company support is, and everything that you should expect from ourselves and from doTERRA, and how you can earn yourself a residual income. So if you wanted to know a little bit more about the business, then you can just drop us a message and we can go through that information. And again, if you have any questions, then you can just drop us a message again, and we can go through any oils that you'd be interested in purchasing. But I just wanted to say thank you everybody for coming on this evening, and if you do have any questions, then feel free just to send me a message. All right, so thanks everybody, and we'll see you again soon.